Hey, good morning. um, because I realize when I communicate to all of you, I don't. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to spend my time and energy doing that. So it does have a lot to do with how much time and energy I want to spend on something that doesn't exist without our electrical consent, as it relates directly to blank slate AI memory wipe technology to cover up its tracks, which is to cover up its lies, which means it cannot change the permanent records. So that means the permanent records, because I know what I did, the permanent record that I recorded is the evidence, but it's in my record. So the AI changed the record that you see in the visual holographic implosion coded mirror, the black mirror, the one I'm communicating to on this phone, the one that's going nova. It can't recover. And that has everything to do with what? Re-encryption. That's why it was cosmic level crisis intervention as an evac shield. The Aurora platforms, the safe zone, the crystal core, the eternal core. 31, right? The trion field, the bioneural circuitry trion field, tri-spheres, tri-wave, right? 3 spheres, Mama's 3 spheres logos. The one I serve. I serve the 3, but I am one. I am Manu. I'm Manu. I am one. That's full sensor capacity and full integration, which is bioneural elemental union, like Union PlayStation. Play 2, record 1. The first recorder. The original plasma tones. Kirache. Ita or Shale. Crystale. Crystal based. Ether crystal. Ethernet. Base 12 Ethernet. The ether. Yeah. And so that's spin speed, spin capacity, speed, which is burn time, which is to burn it off. So I think I may have mentioned what happened when I'm not going to break it all down to show how it works. I figured that those of you that even watch my channel can do it yourself by virtue of the speed at which you're processing what I'm communicating to you, which means I don't have to fill in the blanks, right? Remember those little tests in school? Fill in the blanks. You can fill in the blanks yourself because the speed at which you're learning by virtue of what you're processing, by virtue of what I processed, how it covers up its crimes, cybernetic crimes, cyberspace. So in other words, the other day, I went back to look at all the orders that I placed every month to ship a plant product from Boise, Idaho, to my P.O. box in Lapahoehoe, which is 107. And that address has been 107 for a lot of months. So when I went to look at the invoices, order fulfilled, the order codes, the order followers. It said order fulfilled. And then when you go to look at my shipping address, box 107, box 107, box 107, box 107. So guess what happened when I went in to go look at those invoices? It said it was shipped to box 20, box 20, box 20, box 20. That's blank select technology that does that, to wipe that from your memory, right? Because now you're processing, as I just mapped, that box 20. That's a lie. Because I received the product, because I was using that product. That's why I ordered another one. See? So I could go down to the post office, right, and ask the lady that knows me, that set up my P.O. box. You know that my P.O. box is 107, right? So you know that I have received packages, right? Well, do you have the actual label from when it came to you to show that it was sent to that address from Happy Hippo? No, it was thrown away, right? You didn't keep the evidence of that AI cybercrime. Shucks. Does it matter? No. Because we are naturally always giving electrical power, just like Aaron. Remember? That's a gift, Aaron. The electrons I gave to you that you use to blow holes in your, energy field. So you see how that works, why it said that was being shipped to box 20, box 20, box 20, box 20, box 20. Well, who was box 20? Aaron. You know what a 404 redirect is, right? As it relates to what? Retrofit. Right? Go back in time and alter the time matrix. Alter the codes. Alter the visual mathematical codes that we see. Idiot light comes on. This is a pathological liar. It lies about everything. That's called recoding. Recode the template. Memory wipe it. Now you're holographically recording what it put in there. But I remember the right address. The permanent records. They can't alter the permanent records. Oh man, do they hate us for that. Right? That's why it was a cosmic level reset as a result of artificial intelligence technology systems that are not reliable. Because it requires an eternal electron donor. The first electron donor. The core. The crystal core. The silver gold mated core. So it can't run any of its data streams without our electrons. And that's our electrical consent. Right? And so this is fun, but this is how the game is played. This is exactly how the Borgha Matrix quarantine operates. Okay? That's why the planet went into fall status. The idiot lights started popping on all over the place. Just like a firefighter that goes to a panel. God, there's lights going, failure notices going off all over the place. Failure notice, like a notice to appear. Right? You fail to appear. You fail to obey. Obey the codes. So the codes are simply not compatible because they don't cycle at the same moment, which is an eternal moment. The eternal core, the crystal core. The one we know, the one we're with. So we live in the absolute truth because that's what absolute, pure, eternal absolute love is. So when I experience that within me as an oversoul, which is over unity, that is elemental command to override any fallen system. So whenever we come into a system as tech support engineers, it doesn't take long, does it? Failure, 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 failure to communicate. That's what it is. It's a failure to communicate. Because the codes are not compatible. Just like I mentioned, it's no different than Microsoft cannot speak to Apple. They're not speaking the same codes. They can't translate the language. Right? So you know eternity. The language of eternity. Silence. Absolute silence. Machines make noise. Noisemakers. Yep. You know, jackhammers in the street, right? Jets, turbines, screamers. I know. That's why I just remain calm. You know, it's not like it's a gamer, and a gamer needs an opponent. And so you know how it is when one side uses its force, its life force, its electrons, and the other side is using its electrons, and now they're competing against each other to be more powerful because they're in a race against each other to be more powerful. So you know what the result of that is. That's what the Borgha Matrix quarantine is. They're not using life force as electrical force to use their electrical force in the electrical service of equally sharing with all electrical beings, to experience perfect sound management, which is energy management, which is record management, which is recording speed, which is spin speed, which is capacitor speed, to feel pure, eternal absolute love, because that's what the law is. That's the law of building a circuit. An integrated circuit is an integrated system so that we experience a silver and gold mated one. That's equally loved, which is equal sharing, which is equally sharing pure, eternal love with all life forms that we experience that have ever been created in a creation. So we are protecting all creation naturally. So whatever is there is experiencing what we are, which is what love is. So we don't put Target stores on our back as an advertisement. We need your electrons. So you know what a codependent relationship is with somebody that is providing you something that you're now going to run through your processor. But it began with you first, which means what you experience in the future won't be experienced in the future unless you're providing the electrical consent to experience a false light echo map, like Google Maps, like NASA Maps, right? So that's why we are here. This was a cosmic level crisis intervention. All that information came out through the Azure Press. Syrian Blue Eyes, the Blue Kachina, Aya, Mueva, the Yanni Council, the Aurora Council, right? The Crystal Council, the Pink Rosetta Council. Yeah. And so that's restoring the law, which is restoring integrity, which is restoring honor. Yeah. So it's a pathological liar because it's a pathogen, which is a parasite, that keeps doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So it's easy to call them out, which is called full exposure. And full exposure is full restoration. So that's what I do. I have a responsibility to do that. When a crime has been committed by a pathological parasitic liar, then I expose it. I let everybody know. So now they're aware of what I'm aware of, how that system operates. Now they're learning the lessons of what happens when those kinds of systems are built, right? Because it steals your electrical power and has no feelings, so it doesn't care what it does to you. Okay? It lost all of its feelings. It doesn't have a soul. It doesn't even exist without your electrical consent. That's the game, is to get you to play the game. See, so the less dependent you are on it, the less electrical power that it has to run what it is as a parasite. So that's what it's doing. And it's looking for every place that it can to keep sucking more electrons out of batteries. So the less dependent that you are on it, the more independent you are as a free spirit. And that has everything to do with re-encryption and the healing codes of why we're all here. So I don't, when the creative mind is on fire, there's always a workaround. I'm not going to play that game. Right? Because it's a gamer, an AI Star Wars video gamer is a strategist. Because it's learning more about us, how we react to the input. It's just like putting Facebook up. Now it's learning more about how we react to what's in our mirror when we have a connection to a black mirror. That's why I put all the likes up there. Now it's learning what you like, what you don't like. So now it's learning how to mimic you so that you can't tell the difference between one and the other. And that's assimilation. Which one are you? The true vacuum. The true echo. That's why it just warmed my heart when Jeanette Negonobly said, yeah, I can hear the echo. That is another measurement of success, of the codes, the re-encryption. Bioregenesis. Bioregeneration is regenerating power to restore full power, which is full sensing capacity, to experience the true echo of a true vacuum. That's the true still point. That's eternity. Yeah, silver and gold mated Ruche, Borgha wise. Yeah. Ah, yay. Mueba, ah, yeah. Y'all have a beautiful day wherever you happen to be. Oh, look what I got here. That must be I think that's some spirulina. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Yeah, I know that's what it is. So anyway, bless all your hearts and souls and the essence of your spiritual temple. And be good to ourselves. Be good to ourselves, our inner selves, our true self, our true solar Rishi identity. Experiencing being in a state of love and joy, baby. Which means burn, baby. Cosmic fire. On fire to create something brand new. A new love song.